ジョジョの奇妙な冒険オールスターバトル
Fighting games have never looked more fabulous. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to VGU Previews JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle. The demo that is now available on PlayStation 3. Let's get in, shall we? Wow, well, if you've seen the videos that I've been doing recently, and throughout the time, you will know I'm really looking forward to this. And JoJo's Bizarre Adventures All-Star Battle is what you would think it is. It is a fighting game based off of the illustrious manga series, which is recently being redone as an anime series, and I do believe Stardust Crusaders recently started, which is awesome because it features my favourite stand user of the entire series, Jotaro Kujo, and of course, Star Platinum. In the demo, there's not really much you can do, because as you can see on the right hand side, everything's pretty much locked, apart from the options, which we will have a look through. And as you can see, as we are going through all the different menus and whatnot, you have characters from throughout the series coming in to say different things, relevant to what you are doing, which I think is pretty awesome. So here are the controller setups. Simples. You can also put it into arcade mode if you're going in with an arcade stick, which I think is really good to have as a preset. Of course, you can still mix and match all the buttons if you so wish, which is fantastic. You should be able to fully customize it, and you can. And you can also switch it from different types. You can have your own custom one, A, B, and there you go. For the sake of this, I'm just going to keep it on A, because that's what I've been playing with for most time. And I only have a controller because I haven't had a fight stick in quite some time. Which is quite sad, because I would love a fight stick again. So, what can you do in the demo, might I say? Well, exclusive to the Western release of JoJo's Bizarre Adventures All-Star Battle, we get arcade mode, which is exactly what you think it is. It's your stereotypical fighting game arcade mode. As you can see here, you can set it from normal, hard, or very hard. For the sake of this, I'm going to be doing it on normal, which is quite challenging, might I add, depending on what character you choose. And then you have stage gimmicks. Stage gimmicks are kind of like stage hazards. Throughout different stages, if you perform certain attacks, or if you wait a certain amount of time, or if you fight in a certain area for long enough, a stage gimmick will trigger. And when that stage gimmick triggers, it can either cause damage to you, cause damage to your enemy, or just do something complete and utterly fabulous. For the sake of this, I'm going to keep it on, but for any of you guys that will possibly be more passionate fighting game players, or heck, even professional level players, you might prefer turning the gimmicks off, just so that there's nothing in the stage that can critically affect the fight. And so here we are in the character select screen. We've got a nice amount of characters that you can choose from on the full launch, which is fantastic. But for the sake of a demo, you have 3 characters ranging from the first 3 arcs of JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. We have the legendary vampire, the first of many, Dio Brando. We have the descendant of the original Zeppeli, Caesar Antonio Zeppeli, who I really, really dig. And of course, my favourite guy, Jotaro Kujo, the first of many stand users in the Joestar family. So of course, which character should we go with today? I'm going to go with Jotaro, because he's my favourite. Now, when you select a character, it's cool to know here that in the full launch, you'll be able to unlock different outfits, which is pretty darn awesome. So every character will have a different array of different outfits. I've seen the outfits you can get for the Dio Brando from Stardust Crusaders, and you've literally got original Dio Brando that you see in the game. You have Dio Brando from the original JoJo game on the PlayStation 1, which I thought was absolutely brilliant. And then you've also got darkened faced Dio, which I thought was pretty darn awesome as a touch as well. On top of outfits, you also got different colour layouts. At the moment, we've only got A and B. Unsure if there are going to be extra colour unlocks, but if there are, that's pretty cool. I'll stick with default colour. You have different taunts as well, so as you can see here, I can taunt someone and say, I'll be the judge, or taunt someone saying, I didn't call for you, and they'll do different things. I'll show you taunting when we get into the game. I'm sure you'll also be able to unlock some extra taunts as well on the full launch. And then as for victories, you can obviously have different victory poses. At the moment I only have one, and it's simply called P off, which is quite awesome, because that suits Jotaro pretty darn perfectly. Okay, enough of the banter. Let's get in on this and see how well I do. And we start off with Caesar Antonio Zeppeli, one of my favourite characters in Battle Tendency. Now, I also like the fact that I've seen a lot of footage from the Japanese release, and I've seen the original loading times. The original loading times looked horrendous. The loading times here, so much better. And here we go. So we have light attacks, those kind of attacks, all sorts of attacks, and then the X button can be used in conjunction with different directions to dodge in certain directions. You can obviously double tap in different directions as well to help with dodging. Double tapping up will not really do much, and as you can see here, I'm being beaten up by Zeppeli while trying to explain some things. So let's go! Now, here's one thing to keep in mind. You see this combo I'm doing? I'm doing that entire combo just mashing the square button. So yes, it does have an auto combo system, similar to how it was in Persona 4 Arena, and that's one of the stage gimmicks, which is pretty cool. Let's see if I can't launch Caesar. Well, that's one way of launching him, but I was trying to do my actual launcher with Star Platinum. One thing to note as well, different characters can do different things. Oh, I dodged his ultimate ability there. So with Jotaro, because I'm a stand user, R1, I can bring out my stand. So Star Platinum can just fight from the get-go, which is fantastic. I haven't seen many penalties yet. I think it has to do with you're easier to flinch or whatnot. One other key thing to note is, whenever you see a move like that, like your typical all-allers, you can mash through them, and mashing through them increases the duration of the combo and the amount of damage you're doing. And that's a simple grab there. Every character has a grab. Ranges from being incredibly close up to being quite a nice grab range, depending on characters you are rolling with. There you go, that's what I like to do there. So as you can see, Jotaro has a lot of all-allers, but obviously that's Jotaro's shtick. He should have a ton of all-allers. And this leads up to one other problem that I saw with the game in the Japanese launch. In the Japanese launch, moves such as grabs, moves such as really good elongated combos which were tough to pull off, and maneuvers such as that just barely did any damage whatsoever. See if I can. Nope. Nope. Come on. Well, that was close. Screw it. I'm just going to go in. In this time around, with all the updated patches and everything, it feels a heck of a lot better. Like, every blow you're generally doing feels a heck of a lot more damage dealing. Like an or like that, yeah, that damages pretty well. Speaking of all-allers, there's an ultimate button. Once you have enough meter built up, you can just hit yourself the L1 button, and you can do your ultimate maneuver. And they are absolutely fabulous. And they work really well depending on what character you are. I've also seen as well that depending on what character you play as, if you're playing against another specific character, you can have special endings, or like special combo finishes. Like if it was Jotaro versus Dio, you would have a very specific ending. Not this Dio, but Stardust Crusaders Dio. Same as well if it was the original Dio versus Jonathan Joestar, the original. Different things would happen, which is quite a nice touch. It makes you feel as if you're replaying some of the classic fights from the manga and anime. Which also brings up, if you notice in the stage gimmick here, you notice panels. That's the extra feature I really dig in this game. It genuinely makes you think that every move, every punch, every ola, every grab, everything that you're genuinely doing is a panel. It makes you think that everything that you are performing, everything that you're getting your grips into, is a part of the manga or is a part of the anime that you are genuinely reliving. And I just got hit by Dio's eye lasers. Oh, no, again! Yeah, that move from Dio is incredible. A full screen-wide, middle-level friggin' laser that just kicks ass. And I'm just gonna mash this out! Wow, he blocked all of that. And a Kijaku. I'm not gonna take that. Take this. No, Dio, no. Haha! Swerve dodging! That's an extra thing that you can do in fighting as well. Since the X button is counted as the dodge button, if you press X and a certain direction at the right time when being attacked, you can in fact dodge it, effectively giving you a mini bonus against your opponent, putting you in a better position and also building a nice water meter as well. Right, let's see how well I can do against Dio here, see if I can't get to the final battle. In the arcade mode in the demo, you will face 3 different characters. The 2 opposite characters that you also have access to in the demo, as well as a 3rd character, which you won't be able to play until full launch, from one of the arcs of the story. On JoJo's one, it's, or should I say in JoJo's one, he is a member of the JoJo family. It's just that his name isn't directly JoJo, because it's Jotaro. Or Jotaro, should I say. But he's still a JoJo by heart. It's no problem. So as you can see, the last opponent we have here is Gyro Zeppelin. He wasn't a choosable character. And he has a very special ability indeed. He's a mounted style. Because he comes from the arc of the story where there were horses involved. And you're gonna see exactly what I mean by horses. Because yes, we now have horse fighting in a fighting game. And you thought things couldn't get more fabulous. Well, look at this. We've got horses in a fighting game, and you know what? It's pretty cool. I thought fighting on horses would be, like, incredibly tough, but in fact it's actually quite a nice challenge. Because now when you mount a horse, you get a different set of abilities than you do when you're on the ground. Doesn't necessarily mean you're useless when you're not on your horse, it just means you just have some abilities that you can't necessarily use. And I've also found as well that if they're on the horse, they are kind of more doable. Not insanely doable. Wow, he is just throwing projectiles at me. Take that, Gyro. But the trick with horse riding, guys, is that they seem to be a little bit harder to take out because, of course, you can't really launch them because you've got to get them off their horses first, and then they can call their horse back at any time. As you can see there, they've got great OTG maneuvers. OTG meaning off the ground maneuvers. That just makes comboing when your opponent's on the ground incredibly handy. I also know that the JoJo from the arc that Gyro is from is disabled. It has a very interesting moveset, which I really dig. Okay, that is Gyro round 1. We're doing pretty well. I'm making this look a heck of a lot easier than I thought. Come on, try it! Yeah, mash! Oh, loving it. I didn't actually mash all the way there. But mashing is a definite tactic in this. Because you can see a small of an increase in damage for like 5% more. But then I've also seen like mashes that I've done that have added a nice bit of 10% more damage. Oh, full mash! There you go! It's so cool! Everything looks amazing, by the way. The art style is spot on. It makes me feel as if I'm basically playing the anime and manga right in front of my face, which is great. The colours are absolutely beautiful. I think the only issue I have at the moment is really with the stages. but that's mostly because of stage variety, and of course it's the demo, they're not going to give a lot away as of variety of stages, so that's absolutely fine. Because basically you have JoJo's stage, which is this cityscape, you have Caesar... Is it Caesar's stage? Yep, Caesar's stage is the Colosseum arena from his arc, and then you also have Dio's Palace from the very first arc of the series, which is fantastic. Oh no, I'm gonna dodge the golden spin, I don't like it! Come on, here we go! Come on, make it fabulous! Oh no, I was trying to go for a fabulous finish. Let's see what I can do. Come on! Oh no. Yeah, those OTGs, I swear. Okay, here we go. Star Platinum! Oh no. Come on. No! He's charging me down all the time! Okay, go on. Star Platinum! Let's do this! No, come on! Nothing's coming out! Oh, Star Finger! The clutchest finger! Oh yeah! Loving it! I have to say, I think that is one issue I'm probably going to have when it comes to making long strings of combos. I've had problems with button inputs, and the button inputs I'm putting in not coming out 100%, which might be an issue, but if it is an issue like that, it's easily patchable. And of course, it's in a demo, so if it's in the demo version, I won't complain that much. If it's in the full launch, however, I might complain a little bit. So as you can see here, in the arcade mode and full launch, you'll probably see a heck of a lot more battles. We've got 3 battles in the demo, which is pretty sweet. And you get a grade in the end, a total amount of points, which must go towards something. If they don't go towards something, it's either towards a trophy that you can probably unlock for getting like 10 bazillion points! But of course, I'm really, really digging it. It feels a lot better than how it looked in the Japanese footage. It looks as amazing as any of that footage is. And to be honest, we have a JoJo game now. And I'm happy. I'm really happy that we've got a JoJo game. Hopefully this isn't the last one. Hopefully we see another variation on a JoJo game, maybe in the Dynasty Warriors format, or maybe in a completely different format like we've never seen before in a JoJo title. It'll be interesting. But if you haven't got the demo, you can get it on your PS3 today via the PSN. I'm really looking forward to the full launch. I can't wait to get my hands on it. And of course, I want to know what you guys think about what I've shown you here in the demo. And if you play the demo yourself, do you think it's all good? Or do you think there are bits that kind of need working on or looking into? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. This has been JoJo's Bizarre Adventures All-Star Battle, and I'll be seeing you on the other side.